Like a lot of folks, I made a commitment this year to get out in nature more. So a few weeks ago, I booked a campsite and invited a friend to come along. Stopping along the way to hunt for morels, no luck, as always. And since we couldn't get into the site until later in the afternoon, took a little hike. Initially, when I made this commitment, I had saved up that stimulus money and my tax refunds and planned on getting a rooftop tent. But then decided to be a grown-up and put that money in my HSA for some upcoming medical expenses. Boring! However, there was just enough difference in those two figures to upgrade my very ancient camping gear. Starting, of course, with the camp kitchen. And I have whole other videos on that thing. But this little table under it was a great addition. It can be short, or it can be less short. I very much disliked the big logo though, and I had to give it my own flavor. It is also a great fit inside the cargo area. I have had this mammoth chair from Costco for probably a decade, and it's great, but it is huge. So I sold that sucker and got something a little more compact and pretty. I didn't document putting the chair together, but it's pretty idiot-proof. It's not the most comfortable thing on earth, but it is teeny tiny, and so it's perfect for me.
Oh, goodbye.
Now, I always have to have a hammock hang at the campsite. I've had this cotton one for many years, and it's done fine. It's just a little bulky and a little heavy, and I added spreader bars, which makes it pretty large. So I pulled the trigger on one of those nylon ones, and it's great. My issue is that they are all double-sized. Where are the single-sized ones for people who don't want to cuddle and just want to be left alone? I feel like I'm being swallowed whole in this thing. Or that I'm in a chrysalis, but instead of emerging as a beautiful butterfly, I'm still the same trash human I've always been. Nonetheless, I'm a sucker for a botanical print, so I will definitely keep it, but I might modify it in a way to make it a little skinnier. For bedding, I used to have this really thick, gigantic sleeping bag, but lately I've discovered I just really like this quilt. I generally camp in warm weather, so that is plenty. Just because it is kind of bulky and ungainly, like I have it shut with bungees, I probably will go back to using a sleeping bag if I can find one that's pretty thin and lightweight and inexpensive, but this does the trick for now. This last trip was pretty cold, so I had put a Fleece Throw in there too. I sleep in this pocket right here, and then under that I have some Velcro added that makes a little pocket that I could put the inflatable pad. Just for a little extra cushion, I put in the insulation from a meal kit, and if you take the paper off of it, what you get is this chewed up denim stuff, and it worked okay. I probably won't use it again. I think I'm just going to put my exercise mat on the very bottom, but it worked fine for this trip, so it's an idea if you're on a budget for something to use that stuff for. And also in that same layer is where I put the inflatable pad. After reading a bunch of reviews, I went with the Sleepingo pad. This is my first upgrade since my ancient Thermarest, so I found it super light, super compact, easy to inflate. I did it in about a minute. Didn't lose any air during my last camping trip and was pretty comfortable to me. Easy to deflate, you just pull that cap open and there's a button in there that you have to press down, and most of the air goes out that way, and the rest you can kind of roll out, though holding that button down and rolling from the end at the same time can be a challenge if you're a short person. Now to keep the table and some other little things tidy, I got these Velcro pockets and they work great. Though the folding hardware on the table gets hung up in it, so it's more like a strap. I'll pull off the Velcro to put it down there and then I'll push it back on to keep it there. And I love that the rest of my little things now all fit in this little cubby. I keep a few things ready to go in the center console as well, some basic everyday carry stuff, and most importantly this little book light, which I have used probably 6 different ways during the camping trip. I also keep my little headlamp in there. Another cool thing I got are these Quallizzi window covers. They're basically like a screen sock that fits over the frame, and they're mostly meant to keep bugs out while you're sleeping in your vehicle, but I got them more for like a little layer of protection because the front windows are not tinted. I mean, they're definitely not like completely private, but they do screen a little bit of the old eyeballs from strangers going by. It was way too cold this trip to have the windows down, but hopefully next time it'll be warmer and I could test out the screen function. I got these silly cactus lights from Target. I think they're like $5, but I mean, cacti! Otherwise I got some basic emergency stuff in there, emergency blanket, lighter, knife, you know, hose, wrench, you know, who doesn't need that? Ended up being a really cozy setup, and so enjoy the tour. I brought in the camp kitchen for the night because of bears, and also in the morning I might want to make coffee if it's going to be snowing. Got my little table over there. I brought my pillow from home. This is a quilt that's folded over like 2 times, and inside I have a inflatable mattress. And I also have a Fleece Throw and cute little cactus lights from Target. Little clip-on reading light. And let's see, turn around this way. My clothes are in that backpack. Another book on mushrooms. Another lantern. And my hat and my headlamp over there. And my keys and stuff. Yeah, super snug. Well, I'm all set up in the 4Runner, and it is cozy as heck in here. You would not know it's like gonna be 30-something degrees tonight, but got my comfy bed, got 80 kinds of lighting, and do a little reading, and call it a night.